hold on. In the other one. 24. Well, I don't know. You are very welcome. Have a great day.
Mass Roger, call 111, please. Mass call 111.
Hy-Vee shoppers, stop by the floral shop. It's petals for every dozen roses you purchase. For just $10, a portion of each sale will go towards giving bikes to deserving children. We've got a kid bike on simulator giving away. We also encourage you to kabloom someone. Pick up a dozen roses for $10 and give them to someone in need. So do that. Use the hashtag kabloom on social media and pass those roses on to a deserving individual organization and support a good cause. Stop by Hy-Vee for petals of.
Pager on 129, please. Matt, 129. Brett Coolers, call 180, please. Brett Coolers, call 180.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Well, friends, just like that, we're back with another installment of Hy-Vee Today. This time we are here on a Monday, which is nice. I was off unexpectedly last Monday, kind of had a little adverse reaction to a prescription. But here we go, right? It's Monday, by all accounts. I don't have my watch, and I keep feeling that I don't have my watch, and I don't like it. But I don't want to text my wife to have her bring me said watch because I think my daughter woke up a couple times last night, and I may have gotten the nudge, and I slept through it. So I'll just go without the watch today, which is fine. And if I'm oversharing again, so be it. That's my cross to bear. It is really good to be with you, and I hope you had a great weekend. You survived the heat and humidity, and I mean that. It was pretty gross out there, right? Yesterday, Sunday's weather was a welcome change from those, just that feeling when you go outside and it just clings to you. I understand that we live in Iowa or Illinois, depending on where you're at, and this is part of the Midwest is the fluctuating weather, but it doesn't mean that you're ever really excited about it, right? And I go, oh, boy, I was hoping it would feel like a hairdryer outside. I don't think anybody's ever said that, and if they have, you should give them a good stern talking to, right? A couple things I want to mention before we get to our first guest who's patiently waiting. Today is Monday, so it's Mega Meat Monday in the store. You can save on gas when you buy steak, chicken, seafood, burgers, whatever the case may be. $25, get 15 cents off. The more you spend, the more you save. Each and every Monday in July. If you're playing along at home, we've got today and next Monday before Mega Meat Mondays are gone. And if you look at it this way, unless you're driving like a Tesla or a hybrid vehicle, your car needs gas and you don't have to pay full price at the pump. Turn that steak into fuel is what I'm saying. We've got bingo tonight in the Market Grill Express. That starts at 6 o'clock. I'm anticipating a lot of people, probably 100. Also giving away 2 fun cards to the Mississippi Valley Fair in Davenport. Did you know that those fun cards are $85 each? I feel like they used to be not $85. Maybe even as low as $40 or $50, but lo and behold, $85. So that's a great value. 2 of those given away tonight at bingo. Again, starts at 6 o'clock. RSVP by calling the store. Don't miss out. And the last thing I'll mention is this Petals for Petals. Great opportunity to purchase some roses for the one that you love. I got my wife 3 dozen roses last week, and I got home and she was like, she gave me that look like, that looks expensive. And then I said, don't worry, they're on sale. So you can get a dozen, but then she was like, oh, you didn't have to tell me that they're on sale. And it's like, well, you were giving me the look about maybe you spent too much money on roses. Helps out a good cause. Listen, through July 30th, get a dozen roses for $10. And with each dozen roses you buy, a portion of proceeds donated to helping kids get bicycles. There's a bicycle here in the store that will be given away on a local level. So I want you to please come in and take advantage of that. Whether you buy 1 dozen or 3, that's up to you. How much do you love your significant other? For me, it was 3 dozen in a nice vase. We learned that it's a vase if it's nice, but if it's really nice, it's a vase. So pick up a couple dozen roses, won't you? All right, let's get to our guest who's been patiently waiting. And I'm familiar with Mark Anderson because we have his book for sale here at Hy-Vee. The book is called Answer for Cancer, 9 Keys. And it's rare to have a local author on this show. I think we've done it maybe 2 or 3 times. So, Mark, thank you for being here.
Oh, Tony, thanks for having me, and thanks for what you're doing.
I appreciate that. I have seen this book several times. It's conveniently located up front here at Hy-Vee near the registers, and it's available for folks to purchase. Mark, you are living proof that you are successful in beating cancer yourself.
That's right.
That's
yes.
how you're able to write a book like this. I think what people need to understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were diagnosed with stage 4,
Stage
right?
4 inoperable cancer.
So
that's right.
I don't want to start with an obvious question, but how were you? And of course, all the details are in the book. But when you hear something like a stage 4 inoperable cancer diagnosis, it doesn't typically result in being successful to beat it and then go on to write a book and share your story. But
no,
here you are.
As a matter of fact, it's strange, but 98% of the people who get chemotherapy end up dying.
Wow.
Within 5 years or so.
Jeez
so
Louise.
I realized I had to find something different.
Yeah. I can't believe, like, when you heard that and you received the news, and you can purchase the book online as well, of course, but if you want to come out to Hy-Vee, we'd be happy to have you. When you get that diagnosis initially, I can't even imagine the range of emotions.
Well, it's always a shock.
Right. But then you decide to... Did you have a plan, or did you receive the diagnosis, Mark, and then put together this attack plan? Because that's what you really did. You really attacked the cancer as much as it was attacking you, right?
But at first, Tony, I was totally naive.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I didn't know what to do.
Sure. Yeah.
I took chemotherapy. I give credit to chemotherapy because it initially saved my life.
Sure.
And then cancer came back.
Oh, geez.
After the chemotherapy.
Sure.
That's when the doctor gave me 10% chance of survival.
Oh, my gosh,
And
Mark.
I said, I've got to find something different.
So what was it? And of course, you know, and I love what it says on the back of the book, cancer is not a death sentence.
That's
You don't
right.
have to die from cancer.
Yeah, there's hope.
There is hope for sure.
there's
Hope amongst the...
And that's the message I want to give to the
Sure.
community. There is hope after cancer diagnosis.
So was it a combination? You've always been a strong person of faith, right?
Yes.
So between your faith and your beliefs, and then is it about, and again, I don't want to give it all away because it is in the book and it is a great story, and you also have an event we're going to talk about at MCC, Muscatine Community College, tomorrow. But was it about finding hope for yourself and then incorporating things like a different diet, or what can you share with us? And then I want to get to promoting the event tomorrow for sure.
Sure. Well, one of the first things I recommend, Tony, is find a mentor. Now, my book is a mentor for people, and there are a lot of other resources. Maybe they're better mentors than me.
Sure.
But cancer is so complicated, I recommend finding somebody other than your doctor who can walk you through the cancer steps.
Sure. This event you have tomorrow, it's a workshop. You've described it
Yes.
as a workshop. I mean, on the information sheet that I have, it is a workshop, which
Yes.
is different, Mark, from somebody coming out. This isn't like a book signing. This is more hands-on, is what you were telling me before we started, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
One of the things we'll be doing is tasting the Budwig protocol.
Okay.
The Budwig protocol was developed by a German doctor who had perhaps 90% success in treating cancer naturally.
Wow.
And so I take the Budwig protocol every day. We'll make it together. We'll taste it together.
So Budwig protocol is something that you're able to make yourself and then to take yourself, and it's helped you.
That's right. I take
wild.
it every day at home. Dr. Ream, an oncologist, says cancer is easily curable with the Budwig diet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
it's here.
Right, it's here.
Yeah.
And you're living proof, literally.
I am living proof. That's right.
You know, and that's just it. When you talk about a story like Mark's, and you hear stage 4 inoperable cancer, came back, given a 10% chance of survival, and now you've been cancer-free for how long?
Over 5 years.
5 years. There are a little bit more information about the
Yeah.
Budwig diet or protocol. Wow, over 5 years. So again, that's why. But it's one thing, Mark, to have this, you know, this triumph and this success, but then to share it. So I wonder what compelled you to want to. Obviously, you must have the inclination to pay it forward and to take what you've learned and put it into a book form and get it into as many people's hands as possible, because the harsh reality is, Mark, that a lot of people are facing cancer diagnoses every day, probably as we're sitting here, or they've been recently diagnosed. But what was it that made you want to go, I need to share this, I got to put it into a book format? Because not everybody feels like they're able to talk about a cancer diagnosis, let alone put it out there.
Tony, I thought I was writing it for other people, but actually I was writing it for myself. As time went on, it started to build me.
Yeah.
I started reading my own book and got inspiration.
I think that's great, though, right? I mean, as much as it's going to be something that, and you've already shared that it has helped people, right?
That's right.
There was a guy in Tennessee. What was the
Yes,
recent example?
just recently, a guy from Tennessee got a hold of my book. He just did what was in the book.
Yeah.
And after 2 months, the doctor gave him a clean bill of health.
This is unbelievable. I mean, this isn't, this isn't, I don't know.
It's not make-believe.
It's not
It
make-believe.
works.
It's not too good to be
That's-
true. The reality, again, the proof is right
That's
here.
right.
Mark's with us,
That's
and
right.
he's got an incredible story to tell.
No, I want to tell you more about, not only about the Budwig protocol.
Sure.
There's something called SCACT. It's an
Okay.
old Indian
Okay.
remedy, and the doctor of President John F. Kennedy
Okay.
used that SCACT recipe for his own self, and he said, the SCACT cures cancer, period.
Wow. Wow. So again, these options are out there, but why is it that they're not as well known as they should be? I mean, is it just because they're not?
Tony, anything that is not chemo, radiation, or the other big one part of the big three
Yeah.
are controversial.
Sure. Sure.
Some people say they're suppressed. I don't want to go into that.
Yeah.
I used
understand
chemo. It saved my life at
Sure.
the beginning. It gave me time
Yeah.
to find these other things. So I give credit to modern medicine.
Absolutely. And then at the same time, I mean, ultimately, you face this as an individual.
Yes.
It's your body, your life, your choice. So wouldn't you
did.
want to exhaust all options that
For
are
sure.
available before
sure.
before just letting it, before succumbing to it? I mean, for lack of, right? I mean, because they told you had a 10% chance of survival, and at that point you probably said, no, I don't. This is not going to be how this goes. You're not going down without a fight, right?
And Tony, amazing thing is, many of these protocols that are natural therapies are inexpensive.
Sure. Yeah, well, and that makes sense hearing you say that. And there's certainly, in the same vein, a lot of people have found success with, maybe some CBD treatments, and so the world that we live in is changing, right? And
Yes.
we can't assume that there is a cure-all for everybody. It's
That's-
not going to all.
that's true.
There's not one pill or one form of treatment that's going to help the different types of cancer that are out there.
That's true. And in my book, I list a lot of resources that people can go to and find things that I don't know.
Sure. So Muscatine Community College, tomorrow, the 23rd, at 7 o'clock, Mark will be there, and this is at the Student Center.
That's correct.
At the very bottom of this release, this is what's staggering. The American Cancer Society predicts that 1/2 of all men and 1/3 of women alive today will get cancer in their lifetime. The workshop purposes to help people prevent and overcome cancer. So that's, again, a fact. That's a staggering fact. So that's why you're feeling compelled enough to put this workshop together and help
Yes,
people.
I am. Yes. When cancer tried to kill me, I became a cancer killer. I want to do whatever I can to
Yeah.
help people.
And I like that you put it like that, because that, I mean, we can't sugarcoat it. I mean, that's what happened to you, and you flipped the script, right?
I did.
And you're living proof that it can happen. And what an inspiration. I mean, my goodness. And again, to be able to have shared your story, and to, again, one thing to have gone through it, to put it in a book, to put it out there, but then to keep going and keep having conversations and putting workshops together. So I don't want to ask what's next, because you've already got a book and a workshop, but are there other plans that you have coming down the pike, as far as, I don't know if it's a follow-up book, Mark, or if it's just more workshops or getting out to the surrounding communities? What have you thought about?
Yes, I want to speak at churches, civic clubs, colleges, because I have a message that's helping people. It helped me, and it can help other people.
What about the faith side of it? Certainly.
Okay, I'm
yeah.
glad you asked.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to not ask, because it is a huge part of your story and in the book, and certainly been a part of your life for a long time.
Definitely is. I can honestly say that Jesus Christ was a crucial part of my healing.
Sure.
There's a lot going on about meditation in the world today. They teach it in the schools nowadays. I teach meditation on the Word of God, which is the most powerful thing to meditate on.
Sure.
And Tony, here's a surprising thing, is I found it's in God's nature to heal. Fish swim, birds fly, God heals.
Sure.
And people get connected with God, they get healing.
So again, part of your story is just that, right? And it's in everything. It's in every part of the book. And I'm just looking at some of the notes on the cheat sheet, and right,
it is.
One of the quotes that you have is, "God's word is His medicine. Just take your medicine. Faith will be there when you need it."
Yeah.
So even for people maybe that lack faith, and that's what happens sometimes, unfortunately, is you receive a diagnosis like a cancer, and you ask, why me, right? Or maybe if it's not,
we all ask that. Yes, we do.
Yeah, and that can be a really heavy or loaded question to have, but it's something that happens. And if it's not a personal thing, it's certainly someone that's gone through something challenging, and you say, why them?
There's the old saying, there are no atheists in foxholes. Well, there are also basically no atheists in cancer wards.
Sure.
We turn to a higher power when we get the diagnosis.
I'm so happy that you reached out, kind of not on a whim, but we just got connected on a phone call, and I invited Mark to come on. And like I said, I'm familiar with the book because we've had it here in the store, and it is an incredible story. But really, more than it is a story, it is a teaching tool and a resource for people that are looking at, a tough diagnosis, because you were there, and you were there just a couple of years ago, Mark. That's what's so,
that's true.
Stunning is that you looked at this yourself just recently. And again, we're kind of taking some sneak peeks inside the book, Answer for Cancer, 9 Keys. This isn't something that happened 40 years ago. This is within the last, 10 years of your life or less that you dealt with this. And here you are.
That's true. I got the first signs in 2011. Today I'm strong and healthy, and happy to be alive in Iowa.
Right. And we're happy to have you here and sharing your story. And again, if you're watching and you want to learn more, and I hope that you do, Mark's workshop is at Muscatine Community College tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Is there a cost to attend the workshop?
No cost. No.
Perfect. No cost at all. Very hands-on. Of course, the book available at places like here at Hy-Vee and online if you prefer to get it that way. Long-time resident of Muscatine? How long you been here?
Since 1976.
I'd say that's long time.
Yeah.
I brag that I've been here 7 years. That's just a couple years longer than I've been here.
We came in the bicentennial year.
Yeah, I was going to say, what a good time to arrive, right? Well, listen, Mark, I'm glad that you reached out, and I can't wait to read the book myself, because I'm a reader and try to be a continuous learner. And I hope that, if anything, if you're watching this, the unfortunate thing I can say, Mark, is that every one of us here, sitting here, whether on the show or off, has known someone that's been affected by cancer, been personally affected, people that have lost their lives. You can think, in an instant, you can think of someone. I think about my Uncle Mike that passed away in 2007. So that's the harsh reality that we live in, but there is hope.
That's right.
For sure.
That's right.
And it's a powerful thing when you can sit next to somebody that's living proof of, not letting cancer win, right?
That's
you killed
right.
cancer, as you put it, and that's a good way to put it. I mean,
we fight and win, but it takes focus.
Sure, absolutely. Yes. Well, I thank you for your time. This is an unbelievable story, and again, to have it in a book form and this workshop. So don't miss it. This is tomorrow, and I hope that there's other workshops in case people, for whatever reason, are busy, right?
That's correct. By the way, that's my daughter.
That's right. Yes, that's worth pointing out. So, I've seen the book. I've seen the cover of the book now. Did not know that. Mark shared that before we started. So that is your daughter on the cover of your book.
That's right. That's Sarah.
That is super cool. Right. So you can pick that up at Hy-Vee. You can get it online, and you can meet Mark for yourself and go to the workshop at MCC Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And
At
Mark,
MCC. And by the way, all of our children went to MCC.
excellent.
I give credit to the college.
Yeah, well, you're just a good guy, Mark Anderson. I tell you what. Also, pastor, Church of the Living Water, and
That's right.
And one heck of a guy. Thank you for your time.
Tony, thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Like I said, we had a good conversation on the phone and invited Mark to come on the show. And this is a great story to tell because of what you went through. You persevered. I mean, it's great. And for people out there that are looking at a tough diagnosis, please consider learning from Mark and getting to that workshop tomorrow at 7 o'clock. All right, we're going to go CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera, which is set up in an aisle that I was really familiar with the other day because I was hanging all these price change signs. So I think I have more of those to do today. A couple of days last week spent with all of those changes. And the good news is lower prices in the store. So when you see the red arrow, his name is literally Red. That means that prices have gone down. So, and that's the truth of the story, right? So there are lower prices all throughout the store, which is good news for you. And then there's also the low price lockdown, which are great ways for you to save money on prices that are not going to change, right? So that is awesome. And it's just showing some fudge brownie mix, okay? Some fudge brownie mix, good to go, right? So today is National Fudge Day. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you know that now, and that's all that matters, right? It's also National Hammock Day. So I don't know if you have a hammock. We don't have a hammock, but I would be pro hammock. I think I'd find myself in the hammock fan category, right? I like hammocks just fine. It'd probably have to be a big and tall hammock. I don't know if that's a niche business that I could get in, big and tall hammocks, but I'd be happy to start that out, right? Big and tall hammocks. Maybe that's how I get to retire early, guys. All this time I've been looking for the $1 million invention. It's big and tall hammocks. Jeez Louise, can you imagine this? I could have... somebody made $1 million off the pet rock. You mean to tell me I can't make $1 million off plus-size hammocks? Ugh. My whole life has been prepared for this moment. So if you do have a hammock, hopefully you're celebrating. I wonder for people, because as we sit here, Ragbri, of course, the bicycle ride across the state of Iowa is underway. Thousands of people will be on two wheels going across the state of Iowa throughout this entire week. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Maybe they have pop-up hammocks with them for their journey across the state. I'm not sure. Let's go. Why don't we go in the old cart cam? Is the cart cam fired up? You know, we talk about today being Mega Meat Monday, a good opportunity to show off the meat department and all the stuff that they have in the case, because it's going to be one of those days where, again, not quite as humid as it has been. Janet on Facebook earlier this morning said, I made the comment about how it kind of felt like you're walking into a hairdryer some of those days when the humidity and the heat were just hitting you in the face. She said a hairdryer with a spray bottle of water. Right. Yes. Can't forget about the humidity part of it. Just gross. So not today, though. You know, it might just be in the 80s. And if you've been waiting for it to cool off a little bit to fire up the grill, a good opportunity to do just that would be on a Monday like this, right? Maybe you're into the meal prepping and you want to go to the meat department and buy a bunch of stuff, stock your freezer, stock the fridge, and then just get to grilling, right? That's what I would do. If you're going to get some stuff, put it on the grill. You might as well cook more than one steak or one chicken breast or pork chop, right? It only makes sense if you ask me. That's what I did the other day. Bought a new grill from the store, bought a whole bunch of meat, and then cooked it all. And, you know, we've got all those meal prep containers in the house. So we were ready to go, and you can do just that. And then you save money at the gas pump, right? So it's kind of like a win-win. And as I mentioned earlier, unless you're driving a Tesla or an electric car, you probably are putting gas in your vehicle. So you can control that price at the pump when you shop at Hy-Vee, the only place in town with groceries and the Fuel Saver program, which is awesome. I'm just mad that I only have like 6 cents off per gallon. So... And I know that there's stuff in the store that has fuel savers. I just need to buy it, right? So I got to get on it personally. I mean, I got to make this happen so that I can start saving more. Recently, what did I have? Like 80 cents off a gallon. That was kind of big for me. So I was happy with that. So don't miss Mega Meat Monday. You've got today and next Monday as the last two to take advantage of that. And then it may be gone. I'm not sure if it's going to come back. But I would just get here in the meanwhile. All right, cart cam rocking, maybe. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we'll just show you some stuff in the meat department because they do a really good job. And then we'll talk to our friends, hello friends, with Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine Public Health in just a second. So, all right, here we go. Cart cam, heading towards that meat department. You know, I don't know what sounds good. Monday, maybe you're the kind of person that you don't like Monday, and it makes you feel like where'd the weekend go? As you get older, the weekend just seems to go by faster, which is kind of annoying. If you need to grill to make things better, please do so and come here and pick up all the meat and stuff that you would need. You can see folks in the meat department working hard already. There's Mike Church and Captain John's over there. They were making those stuffed mushroom things the other day. I don't even like mushrooms, ladies. I don't know where we stand with mushrooms, but they were making them the other day, and they just looked really good, right? Not for me personally, but that's okay. The twice-baked potatoes are also really good, and something that you can put on the grill. So if you don't want to turn the oven on in your house, you don't have to if you got the grill outside. Or if you don't have a grill, maybe you have one of those cool grill pans, and it does everything that your grill could do. Easy, right? Look at that. Oh, the brats. Whoever created different flavored brats is a genius, right? Because I love the pineapple brat. And we do have just regular brats, right? If you're looking for just a, I don't want to say an old-fashioned brat, but we do have those. But then when you talk about, like, there's a brat that has bacon and cheddar in it. So that's awesome. Come to the meat department, get ready, and save at the pump. All right. That looks really good. And again, today, the second to last Mega Meat Monday. With every $25 you spend, you'll get 15 cents off per gallon. The more you spend, the more you save. And you can see Rick working hard, getting stuff situated. So please come out and see us, and we'll get you all squared away. And thanks to our friends at Toyota Muscatine for their support with the old cart cam, right? It looks really good. All right, so we've got two guests joining us talking about a really good event happening tomorrow. A lot of stuff happening on Tuesday in Muscatine. People always say there's nothing going on in this town, and I say you're wrong. Ladies, we have some tests that are going to be available at MCSA, and this is something that's important to know because it's available for everybody, right? Okay, so Janie?
Yes, so hi.
Jamie's back. Yes, you've been here before. Hi, Jamie.
Yes,
Joe,
I'm
good to
Joe.
see you. Jamie, you were here a while ago.
I know, it's been
Oh
a
my
while.
gosh, I almost didn't recognize you at first. Like, I was trying to pay attention to who was walking over. This is awesome. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Joe, first time? Where you been hiding?
Time. Down at MCSA in Public Health.
All right, so tomorrow on Tuesday, the 23rd, there are a couple things people need to know. So there are some testings, some screenings available that y'all are providing at MCSA, correct? So
Correct.
far, I'm accurate. All right, so one of the screenings is for HIV, and that's something that typically is not free or readily available to the public, but tomorrow at MCSA it is. What time are we starting, ladies, with that?
We're starting at 1, and
Okay.
we're going to be going until 5 o'clock. And it's down in my office
Okay.
at MCSA in the lower level in the wellness clinic.
Perfect. I know exactly where you're at. Okay, so is this something, Joe, that's happened before, or is this happening for the first time tomorrow?
It's happened twice before.
Okay, good.
And we just haven't advertised as much.
Sure.
But we just want everybody aware that it's a community
Sure.
event.
Yep.
And we are with Scott County,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes down, and he's a really nice guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very private, very confidential.
Sure.
And it's growing.
Good.
The service is growing, and we just want to get the word out that we do have it out there, that we can do HIV and Hep C testing for free.
I was going to say, part of this fear that people have is the cost associated with a screening or a
It's very
test.
expensive.
Right, and tomorrow it doesn't have to be. But the other thing that you said, you said it's for the public, so this isn't just something that's being made available at MCSA for folks that are staying at MCSA. This is something that if you're watching and know someone that could benefit from an HIV or Hep C screening, please send them. I mean, that's why you're doing it, right?
Right.
And what's that process like? So folks will show up between 1 and 5 again tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd at MCSA lower level. How long is it going to take? I guess, what do they need to do when they arrive? Can we walk through that process?
Sure. They'll check in at my office, and I have 2 offices. You come in, and then Heath will be in the inner office.
Okay.
And you just check in with him. I don't have anything to do with it.
Okay.
I don't know your name. I don't know who you are. So you just check in with him, and he does all the paperwork. Takes about 10 minutes.
Okay.
You just get your finger pricked. You don't have to worry about any blood draws or anything like that. So very easy.
Yeah.
And it's all confidential.
That's unbelievable. Again, to have a service like this, Jamie, it makes sense when we talk about serving the community and all the various ways that Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine Public Health are able to do that. It makes sense to do it, and we hope that a lot of people will take advantage of it and not feel, I don't know. I mean, I would rather have people just know, if they feel like something's going on versus just assume everything's okay and like that there's no options for them, right?
And that's exactly it. HIV and basically any STD and Hep C too. When you first have it for the first couple months or even years, you might not have any symptoms. You might feel perfectly healthy.
Yep.
And at that point, it's still doing damage to your body, and it could be passed to other folks. And we really want to make it clear that HIV is a disease that literally anybody can get. There are a lot of different ways that it can be passed. It's not just through sexual contact, through breast milk, when someone's born they can get it, through needles, not just injection drug either. It can be like, someone gets a piercing or a tattoo and they don't use a clean needle. So we're not saying this to scare folks. We just want to make sure that everyone gets tested. Anyone 13 years and older and up should get tested at least once in their life. And this is a great opportunity to do that. It's free, it's confidential, and Heath is amazing. We're really lucky to partner with Scott County Public Health on this, to have this opportunity here.
So there's a great post on the Trinity Muscatine Public Health Facebook page that we've got on the screen right now that really outlines everything that's happening. Again, tomorrow, Tuesday, July 23rd from 1 to 5 at MCSA, 312 Iowa Avenue in Muscatine. 100% free. Do not need insurance. No appointment necessary. Just show up. Again, this just doesn't happen that often with something like that. And will they get the results immediately? How does that work?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Wow. So the technology in 2019, there is, because that can be something for a lot of people. Maybe they put off going to the doctor or having screenings because it's that from the finger prick, but how long, right? That in between time. But you're saying tomorrow it's an immediate thing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they get it right away.
Yeah, and then it seems like, and I don't know this, of course, but it seems like the treatment options, the plans, if someone did receive a positive diagnosis for either HIV or Hep C tomorrow, that also seems like it's improved greatly, right?
Yeah, greatly, yes.
Because it used to be, it wasn't that long ago that an HIV diagnosis didn't really seem like there were a lot of good outcomes for folks, but now it seems like that's something that people can live with. But again, it's all about getting that care started, right?
The sooner the better. The sooner that someone gets tested for HIV and finds out that they're positive, the better. The medication that we have now is fantastic. So the sooner we get that on, that means that they're going to live a longer, healthier life. They're going to be much less likely to infect a partner at any point if they so choose, and they could still have, biological children who are HIV negative. They can be healthy. They can basically live a normal life. It's just getting that medication. And Hep C now is considered curable. Chronic Hep C is considered curable.
Chronic.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, so what type of options are available if someone shows up again tomorrow, and great information on the screen. So they show up tomorrow at MCSA, and say the example is Hep C. They tested positive for Hep C. Are there low-cost options available here in Muscatine with Trinity Muscatine Public Health, for instance? Like how would we take that to the next step to help them out?
What we do then is Heath a lot of times will set them up, and sometimes it's in the Quad Cities. Sometimes that we can get somebody from Muscatine. But he sets them up with people who can follow them through, make sure that they get medications. We don't just leave them like, oh yeah, you have X, Y, and Z. we continue their care.
And that's important to mention, right? Because this isn't just show up and make sure you're good. It's well thought out in that respect. That people, we want you to be there. And the best part is maybe you show up, you get the finger prick, and that's the worst part of your Tuesday was you got a finger prick. Everything else comes out good. But for somebody else, God forbid, that has that positive diagnosis, it's nice to know that there are options for them. Because again, the assumption can be, okay, if you're or underinsured, a screening like this normally kind of expensive. You can get it done for free. That's great. But then what happens next? So that's great to hear you say that, Joe, that there are options for them. And I think that's important, with respects to any of the services that Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine Public Health provide for the community, is that there are options to make it affordable or accessible. And sometimes it's just asking. I mean, I think about like the I Smile program, or helping people navigate Hawkeye insurance for their kids, regardless of what it may be. It's a great resource for Muscatine County for sure. Absolutely.
And our public health office can also provide tests for free or reduced costs through a program we have called Title 10. But this is it's in a central location. You don't have to do any extra paperwork. Heath literally will go through super quickly and get it done. But if someone later finds out like, oh, hey, I got my HIV test and, that was done and all well and good and everything, but I think I should probably go get tested for other STDs. They can come, give us a call, and we can do a lot of testing through their insurance. And if they don't have insurance, we can make it affordable as well. We never want folks to go without testing, and then of course their follow-up care is absolutely, that's why we want to test.
Essential. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we want to have a healthy community. Joe, I didn't know, so are you at MCSA? Is that?
I am 2 days a week.
That's
on
great.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Gabby Noah and I she's our social worker.
Of course, she's been on the show. We love Gabby. Yeah, that's awesome.
Gabby. It's Gabby and Joe. But we are there when the food pantry is. Yeah. And we do just a lot of education, blood pressures, pulses. I can do A1Cs. So. Oh, that's great. A1Cs can be also done for free, and that is also an instantaneous test. So it's not just for people who don't have insurance. It's for anybody. I mean, I've had people that just come from other counties and say, hey, I haven't had my A1C checked for a while, or I haven't had this checked for a while. Sure. Come on in. Come see us. It's a great resource, and of course, with what MCSA has been able to do over the last couple of years, they really are taking care of the whole person, the person as a whole, right? Yes. And Scott Dahlke's been on this show, and we'll talk about setting people up for success that were looking at being homeless or were homeless and came to MCSA. And there are so many good success stories, and that health aspect is a big part of it, right? Whether it is mental health or physical health. And I wonder for you, how long have you been going to MCSA now, those 2 days a week? It will be a year. Okay, so we opened up a year ago.
What? And I bet you're shocked at the amount of people you've been able to help, right?
Oh,
I mean, initially
we have
maybe you didn't know.
stories all over the place. And
isn't that awesome?
To me, being a nurse, and I've worked trauma, I've worked all these different areas, and then I come to MCSA, and to me, it's a day of work. I don't think about that being a success story because that's just what I do. Yep. But we have helped so many people with blood pressures, catching diabetes. It's helping them navigate. Where do they go? Sure. How can they get health care? Yep. Gabby gets them on a presumptive insurance. So it's great. People can get a lot. She can get them rides. I mean, we do so much, and now that we're adding the HIV and Hep C once a month, it is just phenomenal. This is a really big deal for sure. I mean, you both have to feel good about what you're able to do, and certainly, Joe, for you with the years experience being a registered nurse, I mean, I don't want to say that you're ever trying to compare, like, what's been the most rewarding part of my career, but certainly when part of your week is spent at a place like MCSA that does so much good work, you have to feel really proud about what you're able to do, right? Oh, yeah. I remember when Scott was on the show, and he was talking about MCSA and how Gabby and I have a following. Yeah. We literally have a following. When we're not there, they know it. Yeah. And they're going, where's Gabby and Joe? Because a lot of times they'll save up their questions, or they go to a doctor's office. Sure. And, they don't quite understand what they've gotten
Yeah.
And they'll bring their labs in and they'll go, hey, can you read this for me?
Wow.
Yeah.
And can
Incredible.
you explain what my discharge instructions mean?
Sure.
You know, little things like that are little to us.
Yeah.
Not
That's a big
everybody
deal.
understands all the big words.
Yeah, and health insurance and understanding it's tough. Even, I mean, myself included, right? I have really good insurance here at Hy-Vee, and I have like Wellmark has an app, but I still look at things and I'm like, deductible, I don't understand. I mean, so let alone when you get into questions, ask the experts is my thing, right? And for some of us, the experts are easier to get a hold of. But realistically, regardless of where you find yourself, at least in Muscatine County, we've done a really good job of making healthcare, even if it is just facilitating a question. We've really tried to make it easy, and that's where public health, I think, has done such a good job with asking the community. I mean, that's a sign of doing it right when you're not afraid to ask, like, what can we do? What more can we do to get out there, regardless of what the topic is? If it's getting into the schools and talking to kids, or having clinics like the one tomorrow from 1 to 5 at MCSA with HIV and Hep C screenings, I really think that's, and it must be something that's talked about often, is like, how can we continue to be out there in front of people so that they understand, there is no agenda here. The agenda is we want a healthy community.
Right.
And that starts, for across the board, people need to know that there's options available for them. And unfortunately, sometimes the assumption can be, because of someone's, wherever they find themselves in that moment, they might think, well, there's no one there to help me, or I don't have options. And the reality is that that's not the case. I mean, we're sitting here talking about how many different ways that there are to help people. We're just scratching the surface, right? I think that's what's exciting, is that healthcare will continue to evolve, right? And the fact that, again, you're spending 2 days a week at MCSA, 5 years ago, that wouldn't even have been a thought, probably, right? But identifying the needs, and that's where I think Muscatine continues to work well with agencies like MCSA and Unity Point Health kind of working together. And then as far as all the stuff that Jamie gets to do, I mean, I'm sure you'll be ramping up for...
We're getting ready.
I was going to say, it's almost that time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept telling my oldest, like, hey, school starts pretty soon, pal. You blink and it's over. But I also assume that summer hasn't been quiet for you either, right?
No, we've been busy. We've been doing a lot of
Good.
health fairs as
Good.
well, but also like adult education. Adult education not only on HIV, Hep C, for example, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow with an adult group, but also like, how can adults better support youth?
Yeah, absolutely.
From birth on up. We just did one of our trainings on nurturing healthy sexual development for a group of a little over 30 adults who work in childcare.
Wow.
And it was great. So it was
That is
excellent.
awesome. So you're helping people that are working with kids have a better understanding
Yes.
of how to have these conversations, or maybe it's just when the questions get asked.
That's exactly
Right.
it. Those questions can hit you and you're just like, oh my gosh, how do I answer this? Are they ready
Right.
for this? And
Right.
and we have tactics to help slow it down, find out what the kid's actually asking, because sometimes they ask a question, we think one thing, but they're on a completely
gosh.
different wavelength. And so giving them the chance to be like, oh, well, what do you think about what the answer is? And let the kid talk while you process. We have another training coming up in August that's it's completely free, open to everybody.
I feel like I should go to that because I don't think I'm too far away from these questions. And I think
You're
it's
not.
such a, like what you just said is so true.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's going to happen, and I'm going to go. I think it's just that moment to process before just giving perhaps the TMI answer, right?
Yeah.
Geez, Dad, I was just asking about, because I don't want to do that either,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to overshare too soon. Oh my gosh, that is like, as you were saying that, I was like, is there a pamphlet I can just have? Can you just email me?
We actually do have a really good handout for each age
Send
range.
it over.
Yes, definitely.
I got 7, 4, and I'm not worried about the baby, obviously, but the 7 and 4-year-old for sure. And I don't want, because the thing is, like, it comes full circle. I certainly remember asking questions to my parents and getting that reaction, right? I can still remember there was an episode of Roseanne back in the day, and I remember asking my mom very vividly, like, what is sex? And she was on like an exercise bike, and she just kind of like stopped and then kind of gave me like the political answer, like didn't answer the question But and that's okay, because I don't think we're ever prepared for when these questions come at us. And even if you're the person that's like, well, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this, and here's a book or whatever, you know, I think the reality is in 2019 we'd be more inclined to have it just come up casually, like it did. You know, we were watching Roseanne, and it
it's
happened.
Definitely more casual conversations.
Yeah.
It's not that taboo that it was before.
Yeah.
You know, and it's an art to try to talk to children.
Absolutely, yes, right. I mean, we have to be well equipped, and I love that you're able to get in and talk to young people, but then also 30 care providers. That is really powerful to hear. Yeah. That is another resource provided by Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine Public Health is setting up people that are dealing with our children for success.
Absolutely.
Right? And I hate that there is this taboo or stigma associated with talking about sex and you know, sexual health and awareness and healthy practices. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that they're even just saying it on the show is probably making people uncomfortable, right? Because our world is just so overly sexualized in every way. They're using it to sell things and market it and whatever. But when we talk about education and that part of it, it's like, well, you know, that makes me uncomfortable. And it really shouldn't. I know that it can be a tough thing for people to talk about, but that's part of a healthy community, as well as having healthy conversations and dialogues and having the resources available.
Absolutely. And it's a huge protective factor, not only for kids' physical health, like if parents are able to talk about, you know, developmentally appropriate as they get older. Here's how you take care of your body, here's how you talk to the doctor. It's also, and especially the curriculum we work with was developed by Prevent Child Abuse Vermont. It has shown excellent preventative factors against child abuse. When children are informed, they can talk about the correct body parts. They know that the adults in their life are safe people to go to who won't be upset with them if they ask a question. They're less likely to experience abuse, and they're more likely to communicate and get help early on, which is excellent. We always want to make sure that our children are protected and healthy. And this is a great way for any adults working with children, whether their own or children they care for, to help with that and put those protective factors in place.
And I would just invite any young people that are like in high school and think that sex is cool to come over to my house for 5 minutes, and that's all the birth control you need. That's why I had a vasectomy 2 weeks ago. There's a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 9-month-old. They're wonderful people. They're great. I love them. But is there a more effective birth control? I don't think so. Let me walk in to a high school class with a 4-year-old and just say, go ahead. You've got them for the whole day. Let me know what you think, right? I mean, I know that that's an extreme example, but I'm always willing to put the 4-year-old to work. I mean, I don't know if you can pay him. He's probably too young, but
I'm sure there's a labor law about that.
Well, he's ready. He's ready. Trust me. All right. So again, tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd, 1 till 5 at MCSA, free for the community.
Community. Yes.
Anybody can
Private,
come.
confidential HIV, Hep C screening, prick of the finger. You'll know right away. And whether it's, you know, there's no diagnosis, you go about your business, or there is a diagnosis, there are options available for everyone.
Right. We'll get you taken care of and set up with everything that you need, for sure.
No, it's a big deal. Are there any other things coming up that we should mention while we're here? I don't want to, we've got time. Is there anything else coming down the pike that we should let people know about?
Immunizations. We're starting school.
Okay.
Get your children immunized, and public health can help you with that. If you can't afford your immunizations, please come down. I can't talk highly enough of our immunization program. And
that's a big deal.
It is.
You
it is.
have
and
to have it, right?
I can give them down at MCSA, so that's another option that I can do that also at MCSA.
Great. That's a great. This is great. Everything you guys do is worth talking about. And again, the fact that you're at MCSA 2 days a week, Joe, is super cool. I mean, it's really.
I love it.
Yeah, I bet you do. I like MCSA a lot, and I mean, just the mental health aspect side with Robert Young being there, and I mean, it's just really a tremendous asset to Muscatine County.
You wouldn't believe how many people we can, collaborate with just for one person. I mean, it's amazing, awesome. And we collaborate with university, so it's not just. You come into our office and we'll help you get one appointment. No,
Yeah.
We can get you an appointment for glasses. And
Great. Yeah.
We've got the university dental office right there for children.
Yep.
From 0 to 12.
And you're right. For people that
wonderful.
haven't been there, they don't maybe understand how busy the lower level of MCSA is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. I've been there enough times between the boards that I'm on and being involved, and the first couple of times I was shocked at the volume of people that were. But it makes sense, and that's why MCSA is there. I mean, it says on their website, "Renewing Hope, Rebuilding Lives," and that happens in a myriad of ways. And if you're watching this, and again, you know someone, or if it's you, get to MCSA tomorrow, 1 till 5. HIV, Hep C screenings available. A lot of good options in Muscatine. And yeah, this is great. I'm glad that you reached out. And added bonus, Jamie coming on the show. Right? She was like dying to get back on.
I was so excited. I was at the fair dying in the heat. And Joe texted me and I was like, yes, this is great.
You know, I was going to ask about the fair because, and I didn't know you were there, but it's funny that you say that because for the 5 years that I was at the radio station, we would sweat it out together with our friends from the hospital because they were right down the way from us. So I get that, and I love the fair, but I'm okay with having not had to sweat it out under the grandstands.
Yeah, it's okay sitting in the air conditioning at Public Health.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, right. Same here at the store. Sorry about that, Jamie. We hope you had a good time.
You know what? We did. We talked to a lot of great folks. Your following was there. They were like, Joe and Gabby. Why are Joe and Gabby here? I'm like,
wow, the Joe and Gabby show. What am I doing? I don't even need to be here.
I know. We're chopped liver in comparison, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, this is a whole thing. I mean, I could just. You bring Gabby and just take over the show. Set a camera up at MCSA 2 days a week. I'll take 2 days off.
People will be so upset if you leave.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't leave, Joe.
Can't leave. No.
Thank you for being here, Jamie. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Joe, thank you.
Thank you
for all
so
that you
much.
do. It's so great.
Yeah.
And again, right there on the screen, Chad, let's keep it there for a minute. So this is what's happening, okay? This is at MCSA, 312 Iowa Avenue in downtown Muscatine. Free HIV and Hep C testing from 1 till 5. Downstairs clinic. Results in 10 to 15 minutes. No appointment necessary. I know y'all can read, but I'm just going to stress that it's 100% free. No insurance. Be there, right? This is awesome. Anyone 13 and older should get at least one HIV test in their lifetime. People who are sexually active, of course, should be tested after every new partner, and this is a big deal. So, and how about Hep C being curable? I didn't even know that, so I learned something today.
That is quite recent.
This is awesome. So please consider, if it's you or someone you know, tell them that this is happening tomorrow from 1 till 5 at MCSA. Thank you, ladies, very much. I really appreciate it. All right, let's go CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM National Fudge Day, which I know sometimes you think like these are real things, and yes, it's on the internet, so of course it's got to be real, right? National Fudge Day, National Hammock Day. So make your fudge and have it in a hammock, right? Like, I hope that there's somebody that's got one of those awesome pop-up hammocks in their backyard that you kind of have to worry about when a storm rolls through. You're like, oh, did it take the hammock? It's like if you have a trampoline and a storm. See, what we did when we had the trampoline is we put 80-pound tubes of sand on the trampoline so it never was blown over, because I never wanted to be the neighbor that's like, hey, can I come and get my trampoline out of your backyard? Because it blowed over. So think about that. If you do have a hammock, are you weighing it down? I hope the answer, of course, is yes. We've got a couple things to mention, and then we're going to get out of here. Very busy Monday. The way that I like it, right? I would rather have, multiple guests and really good guests, strong guests on a Monday. And we talked to author Mark Anderson. Mark received a stage 4 inoperable cancer diagnosis, was given a 10% chance of survival. He was just on the show. He's written a book, Answer for Cancer, 9 Keys. Meet Mark. He's got a workshop tomorrow at MCC, Muscatine Community College, at 7 o'clock in the Student Center. And we thank Mark for his time, just like we thank Joe and Jamie with Trinity Muscatine Public Health. Awesome services provided by Public Health. Jamie, added bonus. Didn't know Jamie was going to be here. Great to see her. And it'd been a while. I legitimately didn't recognize her, but she's great. And we love everything that our friends do at Public Health and Unity Point Health. They do an excellent job. All right, so rapid fire. How about it? What do you think? Can we do it? Can we get through it all? Mega Meat Monday going on. I'm going to mention this again. Spend $25 meat, seafood, deli, 15 cents off per gallon on your fuel saver. Your car is essentially lobster powered, if you look at it that way. You buy lobster, steak, chicken, it brings the price of gas down. Your steak is fueled by, your car is fueled by steak. and you're eating well, right? So we've got today and next Monday, last 2 to save, and I hope that you'll come in during Mega Meat Mondays. I like that the Mikes and I got the gray shirt on, got the memo. They wear gray on Monday, blue on Tuesday. It's happening. People coordinate what they wear here in the store. Maybe this is oversharing. Aisles Online, smartphone app, boom. This is awesome. So for over 3.5 years, Hy-Vee, before anybody else, has been offering grocery shopping online. Is it weird if I hold the microphone this way? Aisles Online has a brand new app available on your iPhone or Android device. How do I know this? Because I downloaded it yesterday. And it's easy to use, right? So Hy-Vee Aisles Online app, put it on your phone, put it on your tablet, iPhone, Android device, and let us do the shopping. Create a list, delivery, the only place in town that's going to deliver your groceries. You can do pickup. It's super easy to navigate. They've put a ton of research and development, R&D into this app, and I'm happy with it. It's great. We love the fact that there are, just the other day they did like 65 orders for online, which is a lot. They've done more than that. But man, it's wild. Our team works incredibly hard, and this app is sweet for helping you. And this is what I like to say. And if Hy-Vee wants to take this and run with it, I'll just take 5% for creating it. Shop in your socks. That's my thing. Shop in your socks, right? Most times you come to a grocery store, you should probably have shoes and socks on. Hy-Vee Aisles Online, you got the app on your phone, you're wearing sweatpants and socks, you're chilling on the couch, and then, hour later, you get a knock on the door and it's somebody with your groceries. What a time to be alive, right? You don't even have to leave your house. You don't want to see people, I get it. You got a smartphone. You don't want to have to come to the store. There's people here, that's their job. They shop for you. It's awesome. And if you want to pick it up, that's fine too, but it is super convenient. We go to Wapello twice a week. I don't know if you know about that, but if you're in the Wapello area, we go to Wapello Tuesday and Thursday, and that is growing like a weed or like a wildfire, whatever analogy you want to use for it. The Wapello is really exciting. All right, some new signs throughout the store. I told you that last week part of the thing that I was doing was literally changing signs in the aisle, spending hours hanging different price tags, and this is cool. And this is kind of give you a little bit more information. When you see the red arrow, his name is Red, right? Of course, you can't just have a red arrow and not give him a name. That's Red the arrow, and you can be sure that you're going to save big when you see Red in the store, right? So you see Red, you save. The other thing is the low price lockdown. This is awesome. We've lowered prices literally on hundreds of items. How do I know this? Because I just hung the signs. So in addition to every sign changing in the store, Matt Schweitzer, store director, lowered the prices on over 800 items alone just last Thursday. That's a true story. Whether I'm supposed to share that or not, I don't know, but I did. So the assumption about Hy-Vee sometimes is that it's expensive, and I challenge you to shop Hy-Vee for quality, for quantity, and for price. So we're not more expensive. That's a bad, false narrative. And low price lockdown, I don't know. People are friendly here than anywhere else. I'm never going to be the person that's like, I got 95% of the stuff I need at Hy-Vee, but I got to get the other 5% at the other place. I'm not going to do that. One-stop shop, that's me, plus Starbucks, Nobody else has a Starbucks in their store, right? You can just I said shop in your socks, sip and shop. I just combined the word. Sip. Oh, that's really good. What are these? Oh, Chesapeake Bay crackers. I needed those. Hold on. They're only marvelous. Oh, what are these over here? Oh, more weird crackers. That's what I'm saying. You can... I opened the crackers on accident. I'm going to put them back. You can sip and shop at Hy-Vee. We have a Starbucks. It's fantastic. Okay, next on the list, Pedals for Pedals. This is awesome. Pedals for Pedals is somebody calling me from Public Health, maybe? I don't know. That looks like the Public Health number. So this is awesome. Roses, dozen of them, $10. I bought my wife 3 dozen roses the other day. Might sound like I'm rich, but I'm not, because they were $30. I'm not good at math, but 3 times 10 is 30. Came in a nice vase. Get a dozen roses for $10. Each rose dozen you buy, portion of proceeds going back to children that deserve things like a bicycle. All kids should have a bike. We'll be giving away a bicycle to a deserving child here at the store, and this goes on through the 30th of July. Come on out. It's Petals for Petals here at Hy-Vee and at Hy-Vee Floral. That is just great. I think we can skip the newspaper ad. We've got a new one, of course, that'll be in tomorrow's Discover Muscatine newspaper. Remember, you're looking for the Hy-Vee ad. You're looking for it, where to go? It's in the Discover Muscatine newspaper. Discover Muscatine, the only locally owned and operated newspaper in Muscatine, period. They're on 2nd Street. They got an office, local owners, local people. Nobody's from out of town. Discover Muscatine, Hy-Vee ad. This guy writes a column. I just kind of figured out my Halloween costume, so I'm going to let the mustache grow, let the goatee grow. I was going to shave it. Gonna leave it, let the hair grow. Got a great costume I'm working on. I'll tell you more about that, but definitely look for the new Discover Muscatine tomorrow. All right, 3 things then the job board. I'll go really quick. Salad Bar has some sizzling savings for you. You talk about the Fuel Saver program, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 cents off per gallon if you bought everything that's on that. Price is good through tomorrow, from fruit pizzas to veggie pizzas, apple trays, deviled eggs, fruit trays, veggie tray, it's all on there. You know, if you're hosting a party, a get-together, or you just want to treat yourself or treat your coworkers, the Salad Bar can help you out, and you can save money on gas at the same time. That is great. Holy espresso coursing through my veins, ladies and gentlemen. You can also sip while you host a talk show. I don't know if you knew that. How about grilling? So we talk about Mega Meat Monday, Mega Meat Seafood Mondays. If you're going to be grilling and you're like, uh-oh, the propane tank feels a little low, Propane Exchange at Hy-Vee Gas, $14.99. This is how much of a good deal it is. I'm doing weird stuff with my hands again. It's because I'm Italian. I should just put my hands right there. I would not be good as a news anchor on television. So for $14.99, Delmer, you can have a brand new propane tank at Hy-Vee Gas with a good old Propane Exchange. Delmer Cooler is even willing to autograph your propane tank. He's always willing to go the extra mile. So if you are going to grill today or tomorrow or at some point this week, go see Terry and the crew, the Hy-Vee gas station, friendliest in Muscatine. Somehow they know everybody's name. You grab the propane tank and you exchange your other one, $14.99. That's awesome. That is a low price, y'all. And you're back to grilling in no time, because the last thing you want to do, it's like buying a kid a new toy and forgetting the batteries. You get all the meat from Hy-Vee, you get all the seafood, you get home, and the propane tank's empty. That's just sad. But at least you can exchange it on the cheap, right? So that's good news. And then while you're at Hy-Vee Gas, it is still warm, 80-degree weather. Great way to beat the heat is a 99-cent fountain drink. I love this. You go into Hy-Vee Gas, and you grab a fountain drink for 99 cents, ice-cold pop, or a soda. People think you say soda, they don't know what you're talking about. Pop. That's a Midwest word, right? Fountain pop. It says it on the ad. It doesn't say soda. It says pop. 99 cents. You have that in your cup holder right now. Any size, by the way. So even if you're low carb, low sugaring it, get a diet pop. That's fine. Listen, as someone that's had lost 105 pounds, diet pop, no sugar, no carbs, cool. 99 cents, even cooler. So that's awesome. Don't miss out on that. All right, job board, team staffing. 109 Lake Park Boulevard, across from Happy Joe's. They've got over 100 jobs available. They're going to help you out. Brooke McCullough will be on the show this Friday, talk more about it. In the meanwhile, the job board, call them for a career consultation. This is awesome. So in addition to having all the great openings, they can help you, and they can set you up for success, you know, tips and ways to improve your resume from interviewing. And they really do it all. They work hard every day, and I appreciate the efforts of team staffing and the job board on this show, 563-262-8844 or teamssi.com. This is production labor. Brooke has this opportunity. First and second shift, $11.05 an hour. Get started immediately. I have to assume this is one of those opportunities. You call Brooke, and you could start as early as tomorrow, maybe, 563-316-7636. Get a hold of Brooke, and she'll take good care of you. You can also sip while you do the team staffing job board. And here's Katie with these opportunities via TSI under the team staffing umbrella. Currently recruiting for process operator, $18.75 an hour, lab technician, or maintenance. Katie will set you up, 563-316-9254. This is the real deal, right? So Team Staffing and TSI, they're there for you. If you should ever go talk to them because you saw a post on this show, mention it. Hey, I saw you on the Hy-Vee Today show, and I'm here to get that JOB. Crisp high five they'll give you. Maybe they'll give you a pen or something. I don't know. What do they got? They got a bunch of promotional stuff. It's all there. A lot of friends watching on Facebook. Rhonda, Tara, Diana, Ryan, Colleen, Sammy, Sue, Megan, Christian, Janet. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Ryan Cause, I see, is on Facebook. One of the chefs at the Merrill Hotel, Maxwell's Restaurant. So had a good dinner there on Saturday night, my wife and I. Sat at the bar, grabbed, what did we try? The shrimp tacos were really good, and the pecan crusted chicken, I think it was. So good to see Chef Ryan, and thank you for watching, pal. I appreciate it. And of course, that's where you're going to find, look at Rita. Look at Rita right there. I found her, and Delmer. That's trouble right there, friends. I feel like a meteorologist with the green screen trying to point them out. That's where you're going to find our friend Chef Tess is at Maxwell's at the Merrill, and we appreciate their efforts. And look, there you go. There's the pics. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's what we had. There's Rita, everybody. Some shrimp tacos and some pecan crusted chicken. There you go. That was my Saturday night, everybody. Where were you? Did you have a dinner? It was good stuff. It was great to see Ryan, and I heard Tess had the weekend off, which is good for her, so we miss Chef Tess, of course. All right, I think I've said it all. You can see Mark Anderson. He was our first guest this morning, local man who received a stage 4 inoperable cancer diagnosis, but took it in his own hands and beat cancer, and he has written a book called Answer for Cancer and the 9 Keys. Mark has a workshop at MCC tomorrow, the 23rd of July at 7 o'clock at the Student Center. That is free. Go check that out. Thanks to Joe and Jamie with Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine Public Health, HIV, and Hep C screenings happening at MCSA tomorrow, 1 till 5 p.m., totally free, confidential. That's great, and we appreciate their time. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota, Muscatine, and Team Staffing for their continued support of the show. Thanks to Starbucks for the espresso. Sugar-free, high-fat, keto-friendly if you're doing the low-carb. I mentioned that because people think I'm probably drinking a milkshake, and it's not. But it is delightful, and it is refreshing. I appreciate you watching this show, HyVeeToday@gmail.com. Listen, our guest today, proof that you reach out and you come on the show. Mark Anderson called me at the store. He was here. Didn't even really know he was going to be on the show, but we worked it out and we got him here, and that was great. It was great to talk to him. You can get his book here at the store. And same thing with Joe, registered nurse with Unity Point Health, called the store. I think she may have even called last Friday, hanging signs, took a call, hey, Joe, and she was on the show. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're always looking for people to talk to, and I can't assume to know everything that's going on throughout Muscatine County. So help me out and come on this show, HyVeeToday@gmail.com. That is it, friends. We are done for today. We'll see you tomorrow live at 8:30. Dell's going to come on the show one of these days. Live at 8:30 on Channel 5 on social media, and on Channel 5 at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. In between the RE/MAX listings with all the houses for sale, the real estate market in Muscatine continues to be a good one. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, HyVeeToday@gmail.com.